Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good and I hope you're staying warm. We have lots of snow today on the ground, so I decided to make some Easter decorations. So I have had lots of requests for a Easter centerpiece, so I hope y'all like this one. It was very easy to make and inexpensive, and I also made a Eastern lantern swag. I took all of my Valentine's Day decorations down this morning and I have them all boxed up, so I decided to decorate for Easter. So here's the little Easter lantern swag I made. So for the centerpiece, you're going to need a bunny for the center. You're going to need a kind of large candlestick holder. You're going to need 2 pieces of foam, some garland, and lots of spring floral picks. And also you might want some Easter egg picks. I am using Gorilla Glue hot glue, so just be very careful when you're using your hot glue, and you'll want to be generous with your hot glue for this. So add a lot of hot glue, and you might want to glue your 2 pieces of foam together before you put them on your candlestick holder, and then just hold them in place a little bit, and then I went around it another time with more hot glue. And then you're going to take your floral picks. Mine came from Walmart, Dollar Tree, and I think I might have gotten a few at Dollar General, so just very inexpensive, around $1. So you're going to cut your picks into smaller pieces, and you'll also want to cut the sticks shorter on the little egg picks too. Next, you're going to hot glue your bunny to the foam. So you're going to put quite a bit of hot glue on the bottom of your bunny, and mine came from Walmart and it was probably around $4, I think, and I bought it in a few different colors. So just kind of put it on one side, then put it there, let it sit until the hot glue has time to dry. The Dollar Tree ones that are out new for this year would look super cute too. And now I'm just taking my floral picks that I cut shorter and just placing them all around the bunny. You will want to choose a variety of different types of flowers and different textures too, and you'll want some that hang longer than others to kind of cover up the candlestick holder. Or maybe I should say some wispy pieces that hang down, because I don't want to cover up the candlestick, but I want some pieces to kind of drape down. For this centerpiece, I didn't really have a certain pattern I followed because I didn't have too many of the big purple irises and I didn't have that many of the orange tulips, and so I really just kind of looked at it and placed it wherever I thought a piece needed. Usually whatever I do on the left, I do on the right, whatever I do on the front, I do on the back, but for this one I just kind of did it random. To dress up the candlestick holder, I just took a little garland. I think I picked it up at Hobby Lobby, but I think Dollar Tree also has some similar, and I just wrapped it around the candlestick just loosely. And then I wanted to say that the drapey pieces or wispy pieces that are on this centerpiece, it was just a garland that I had from last year that I just tore apart and I just stuck them in the foam. And I think this candlestick holder came from Goodwill. So if you don't have a candlestick holder and you can't find one on sale, check Goodwill or thrift stores to see what you can find. I actually ended up putting this centerpiece on my mantle, so I don't know if I'll leave it there or not, but for right now it looks so pretty up there, and so I've got to find some more pieces to add to my mantle too. If you recreate this centerpiece, I would love to see your version. I'm on Instagram at Keeping It Simple Crafts, so tag me if you make this. I'd just love to see it. For the second DIY, it's my Eastern lantern swag, and I am making a bow first, so just let out a tail. Make it several inches long because I like for my tails to hang down the lantern. Then make a loop, keep it pinched tightly in your left hand, go to the opposite side, try to make a loop the same size as your first loop. Then you're going to go back to your first side, Try to make the loop the same size as your first loop. Check to make sure those loops are about the same size, and just go back and forth, trying to make the loops the same size on each side until you get the bow the size you want. And then let out a tail and make sure you get some floral wire or a pipe cleaner nice and tight around the center of your bow. And this is just 20 gauge floral wire, and you will want to use ribbon with wire to make your bow. Now I'm dovetailing the ends, so take your ribbon, fold it in half with the edges to the left side, go to the folded side and cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends, and it just kind of dresses up your bow. Next, I'm fluffing the loops on my bow, and this is 2.5-inch width ribbon with wire. Next, I'm making a little swag, so I'm taking some more spring picks from Dollar Tree and Walmart, just cutting them into shorter pieces, and you'll want to have a zip tie close by for this one. So once you have your pieces cut, you're just going to place one on the left, one on the right, overlapping the stems. And what I usually do on the left, I do on the right, normally on my swags. So I started with the little daffodils, and now I'm going to use the little tulips. So whenever you get the swag the size you want, then you're going to take your zip tie and zip tie it nice and tight in the center of that little swag. Next, you're going to take the wires that are on your bow, and you're just going to wrap those wires around your little swag, and you're going to use those same wires to attach your lantern swag to your lantern. And that's it. Your lantern swag is finished, and you can make these for any season or holiday, and the same goes for your centerpiece. Just change up your colors, your flowers, and you'll have to let me know, should I add a bow to my centerpiece? I intended to, but somehow I forgot. So do I need to squeeze a little bow in this centerpiece or just leave it as is? I hope you enjoyed watching these two tutorials. You'll have to let me know which one's your favorite, and if you have snow on the ground, how many inches do you have?